Want to know how a foam material can protect your little one's head? If you have a toddler who's wiggling around when changing diapers or clothes, there's a chance the baby may hit their head. This is something happened to my nephew and the inspiration behind today's video. We'll talk about what are foam materials, how foams absorb energy, and with a foam, how we can protect a baby. Hey!
Hi.
Welcome back to our channel. So today we have a cute project that we are doing for my nephew.
And that's my toddler.
So we have a situation that he bumps his head while changing his diapers. I think you can explain it well.
When he's on his diaper changing pad, he's always very wiggly.
Yes.
Maybe you've seen like a couple of times. And
Yeah.
sometimes he bump his head because one side is facing to a wall. So we're
So his
thinking
changing
of
pad is just like above a dresser,
yeah,
right? And then there's a changing pad and just next to a wall, right?
yes,
So now the problem is the wall, when he bumps his head just directly to wall,
yeah,
there's nothing to absorb that energy of that impact.
yes.
So it actually, he hits his head. So that's why we want to have a solution. And I'm suggesting that we can use some sort of a foam that can absorb energy.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, so we are trying with different foams. You remember last time we tried with polystyrene foam.
Yeah.
It's called, I think, styrofoam.
Uh-huh.
Styrofoam is it's a good energy absorbing foam material, but the what happened, right?
Yeah,
It's
it's
very
kind of
messy.
thick.
Yeah, and also it's kind of
And
like
also it's
too
very
dense.
hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very hard. So you tried, right? Like
Yeah, I was like
when you try to
bumping my
bump.
head as a trial, but it didn't end up well.
Good.
It was pretty
Yeah,
hard.
because it's a very
So it won't
hard form.
suitable for a
Yeah.
toddler.
So hard form is out of the question because we want something cushiony. So we decided to go with polyurethane foam. So polyurethane foam is the ones that we use in like couches and car seats and things like that. So it's very soft. Mm, but it has like a variety of density. So if the density is very low, you can squeeze it very easily. And so it's also not good. So you have to go with a little bit higher density so that it still has the cushiony feeling, but it does not like bottoms out quickly. Let me interrupt here to show what are foam materials and why are they good for energy absorption. First, we need to look at the characteristics of an energy absorbing material. They need to absorb the kinetic energy of the impact. Also, they need to keep the force below a limit that can cause injury. And in our case, it should be soft to protect a baby's head. Considering all three factors, foams are the best candidate in our case. So, what are foam materials? They are lightweight materials created by adding gas bubbles into a solid. So, in here we talk about solid foams. Most common example is the dishwash sponge that we use daily. They are easy to squeeze and lightweight. There are many types of foams, and for this application, we selected a polymer foam called polyurethane foam. How do foams absorb energy? In order to answer that, we need to go to the microstructure of foam materials. It has a cell structure like this for polyurethane foam. We call this an open cell structure where it has two phases, interconnected gas pockets inside and the polyurethane matrix. When you take a polyurethane foam cube and perform a compression test using a test machine, this is how the force versus displacement curve looks like. They can undergo large compressive deformation and absorb a large amount of energy. This is why foam materials are very unique. During the initial stage, the cell walls are bending, followed by buckling, and once all the cells collapse together by removing the gas in the cells, they start to collapse and densifies like this. This is the area we are interested in. It can absorb a huge amount of energy without increasing force for a long time. in our case, when there's no foam attached to the wall, impact energy is transferred to baby's head, and with the foam material, it does absorb the energy and keep the baby safe. So, should we get into making something? So, what's the idea? Like, what do you want to make?
So it should be like good for a nursery, like the toddler room. So it should be something dainty.
Yeah.
And my toddler is into dinosaurs
Yeah. So we
these
need to have, like,
days. So
it has to be like dinosaur inspired something.
yeah,
Right?
and his room is decorated with dinosaur theme.
Yeah.
So we're thinking of like doing some dinosaur
Themed one.
themed one.
Yeah. So the thing is, we want to cover as much as area possible. So we measured the area. It's like 3 feet length and 2 feet height. So we are thinking, rather than going for like complex objects like a dinosaur, maybe we are just going for like a rectangle one, so that we can cover as much as area as possible.
Yeah.
And it's easy
First,
to
we
like
thought
do
of doing like a
cloud.
cloud, a flower, or some
Or like a
dinosaur.
dinosaur or
But
something.
for safety purposes, we thought of doing it like a rectangular
Yeah.
shape.
And then because we are thinking like covering it with like a fabric, it's very easy. If it's a rectangle, the sewing process would be much easier
Easy.
than like a cloud, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we bought some foam and we bought some fabric. So
And we got some dinosaur
dinosaur stickers as well. So we are pretty excited to make some kind of like a foam art that can protect
My
toddlers.
toddler.
Yeah.
Basically my toddler.
Toddler. Yeah. So
And you also can get an idea
yeah.
to do something DIY.
Okay, let's get started. First, we started measuring the dimensions in the foam block we bought. This is a 2-inch thick, high density polyurethane foam we bought from Amazon. Ta-da! We finished marking. Now we have to cut. I don't know what's the easiest way. Just should we try the blade? Okay. We use a blade to cut the foam. We had to try several blades to cut the foam because it was not long enough.
So we will need this saw to cut this.
Yeah.
But it cuts very rustic.
Hey guys, we cut the foam. See the cross section of this foam. So soft, like this. Alright, so we have cut the foam, and we got 2 fabrics. This is a cute one with like animal signs already there. We also got like this one. You want to show this?
This is light green.
Light green. It's very
I
cute.
prefer this one because we can
Yeah.
do like stickers on this.
Yeah.
If we go with this one, we can't do any
That's true. Maybe we can, because like now right now he's more interested in like dinosaurs, right?
Yeah.
So should we cut the fabric?
Okay.
Okay guys, so our foam is 2 feet by 3 feet. So we're gonna cut the fabric just a little bit with some clearance so that we can sew it. So we're gonna add clearance 1 inch from each side. So
it's gonna be like 26
Yeah.
inches by 38
8 inches. Yeah. Someone is sleeping. Our fabric is ready. Look at the threads, the colorful threads I have. Yeah, That's the one that we are gonna sew with. We started sewing manually. We bought a sewing machine, but so far we cannot use it properly. We plan to learn how to use the sewing machine so that it'll be easy for our projects in the future. Alright, we finished two sides of this rectangle piece, and our stickers arrived.
They're so cute.
Yeah, so the dinosaur stickers. We're gonna basically attach these stickers onto one side of the fabric so that it looks really cute. Yeah, can we do this? Especially these corners. We put these dinosaur stickers on the fabric and you had to iron them to stick to the fabric. We iron all the patches onto the fabric and now we are putting the foam into the fabric. After that, we attached Velcro at the bottom and also did additional sewing to secure. Okay, our foam art is ready. With the help of a string, we attached it to the wall and my nephew likes it. If you have a similar situation, you can use an energy absorbing foam material to protect your little one. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.